Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another episode of the I Said What I Said podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Roby Hollywood. With me, of course, in the studio is the invisible voice behind the mic, Mr. Musa Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
What's going on, brother?
Not that much.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah.
You know, I know the people can't see you right now, but the man is in a full-on black jumpsuit.
I think like Luke Skywalker type of electrician almost.
I don't know, bro. You look like what?
Prison.
You look like one of the Mario adopted brothers. You know what I mean? The adopted brother Mario, or the driver
Mario
of the
diversity program.
Exactly. Like you're part of the Mario brothers Big Brother support program for young upcoming brown kids. You know?
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Fuck it. How was your week, bro?
Pretty good, actually, if I'm going to be honest.
On that note, let us get into it. Crazy subject matters that we got on the show tonight. First and foremost, so it was a big thing in the news. Fortnite, or the company that Epic Games, the guys who are the producers of the game Fortnite, decided to take it upon themselves to show how they were there for the plight of the black man, and how they're such social activists, and decided to involve Martin Luther King. I guess in one of the games where he was giving the "I Have a Dream" speech. On one of the, I guess it was, what do you call it? One of the Fortnite. Like, I never played Fortnite in my life.
Like one of the matches, games, I guess.
Yeah, like to me, how do you play Fortnite?
I used to. They were like, here's the thing. It's one of those games where it's so popular that the hate for it became so big that, like, if you heard the hate, you only heard the hate.
Yeah.
Like, you know how there are those types of things? And so there were, like, a good 2 years where it was probably the best game out because of how everything was so balanced and it was so easy to play with friends and stuff. I would play for a few years. But I wasn't there for the events.
No. I mean, I could never do it because, like, to me, it just looks like a construction game. So you're constructing things and shooting. It was just too much for me, bro. It was just too much for me.
I started playing before the building side became a big part of it. When I started playing like a week after it originally first started.
So what was the point of the game before? It was just a regular fucking
here's the thing.
Shoot everything that stands kind of
It was
game?
the exact same concept as it was now. It's just that because the building aspect was so new, people hadn't attuned to it. So it was mostly just there was one thing like a double pump, like there's a pump shotgun, and you could like one hit kill people. And it was this huge thing if you could, like, because you could use two, shoot one, switch to the other, shoot that one, and there would be no cool off time, so you could just keep going back and forth. And so that was a big thing. And then people started learning building, and then it was like, oh, here's this huge thing. And so that attracted a huge new base of people. It's just the fact that there were new aspects to the game. That's why it became so big. That's why it was so fun.
But I don't understand. Was it trying to appeal to their construction worker demographic? Like
I don't know. I don't know.
To me, like, it just seems like, you know what I mean? I cannot even put an IKEA bed together. Like, I'm gonna play
whoever was there.
I'm gonna play a video game, being a handyman and an assassin at the same time. These two don't mix.
Yeah.
One goes into assassinating because they don't like working in construction. You know what I mean? How do you combine the two? That's crazy. But anyway, so back to the story. So they created pretty much this, I guess this Fortnite world where the attendees could not only watch the Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech, but it could also visit like Black History museums around DC. So I guess they call that map DC 63 or something like that. But see, to me, here's my take on the whole thing. How is it that the people sat around a fucking conference room table, and when somebody pitched this idea, nobody noticed or realized how this could go terribly wrong? Because here's the thing, right? They did try to make some adjustments because they were planning for it. So a lot of the, what is they called, emoticons?
Yeah, like the where the character dances or whatever. Yeah, like the dances or whatever. I don't know.
Right. So a lot of them were disabled, but here's where they got all fucked up. So the new Catwoman movie is coming out.
Yeah.
So one of the whatever imatons or imaticons, I don't know what the fuck these virgins call it. You know what I mean? So was one of the, Catwoman kind of like cracking a whip. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And because obviously, like, I guess Marvel, whoever, DC, whoever the fuck is behind Catwoman, like, they had already paid for that advertising. They couldn't technically remove it. So in this whole, in some of these videos that showed up on Twitter, you see Catwoman literally cracking the whip as Martin Luther King is giving the "I Have a Dream" speech. How is it that nobody put their hand up or like, hi. I think this might go terribly wrong for X and Y reasons. You know what I mean? First of all, to me, it's a huge fucking money grab. That's really what it is. Fuck you trying to make it seem that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you had the plight of the black man in mind. Wow. Do you not know the people that play your game? Like these kids and the terrible things they say to each other. How did you not see that these a Travis Scott concert? Yeah, that makes sense. That fits in that universe. Yeah, bro. Like, do you not know the animals that play this game? And what they're capable of. Mm-hmm. That's so wild to me. Like, it's the fact that nobody even brought anything up. Is it like, I don't know, man.
What a huge How could you be such a shitty company that nobody to have the low, just such stupid people.
Yes, no, it's
working there. Like how.
But you see this with all kinds of companies. Like look at the whole thing with Gucci making the black face sweater. Like,
yeah, that was
again another example of no one being. And these companies are supposed to be made of woke people, right? Like, isn't that who they're employing in these fucking places?
I think so.
You know what I mean? How is it that you're gonna force like fucking, race critical theory at work? You know what I'm saying? But you can't like that two and two can't come together. Like nobody was like, hey man, maybe the black face on the Gucci sweater would not be a good thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is crazy. Oh man. But the other thing too is how did the Martin Luther King estate? Like, see, that's what goes to show you too. But it's all about the bag. Yeah, it's all about the bag. Because
here's the thing. I'm sure that they were thinking like, oh, okay, well, what's Fortnite gonna do with it that's better than what we could do with the money? Exactly. See what I'm saying?
No, they needed the money. They were like, nah, son, we need that. We need that cash right there, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like,
I'm sure they donate some of it too, though. Like to some organization, like something. I'm sure they do some good with at least some of it.
Because like nobody in the Martin Luther King estate camp was like, hey, what is this Fortnite thing? And maybe look into it and be like, sure. would it be good for the Reverend's fucking legacy to appear in this game? Yeah, somebody must have done a bit of, all you needed was one Google search. Right. And you will know that this is a terrible idea. Yeah. And it was going to have some terrible repercussions. Mm-hmm. But on both sides. And Time Magazine. Time Magazine was also one of those fun. Yeah. Like, how? How is it? It was just, that's what goes to show you, though. When the bag is too big, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care. They don't care, So it goes to wonder, is any of this outrage actually even real? Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. All right, moving on. Next story on the agenda. China officially banned Sissy men from appearing on all media. So this is let me go through this real article for you real quick. So, China wants to be a country of macho men. It's trying to make that happen by banning sissy boy bands and effeminate males from all media in the nation. Broadcasters must resolutely put an end to sissy men and other abnormal aesthetics, the National Radio and TV Administration wrote in a new set of rules released on Thursday. It also used the term Niang Pao, an insult for effeminate man that means girly guns. The new rules call for broadcasters to enforce the correct beauty standard and the boycott of vulgar internet celebrities and celebrations of wealth, while promoting traditional Chinese culture, revolutionary culture, socialist culture. They also banned all idol audition shows and recommended blacklisting anyone who has broken the law and offended public morals. Damn, son. That is how you run a goddamn country. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. There's a difference between, listen, I'm not saying that what these motherfuckers did is right or wrong. That's between them and God and their own people, right? But just, to me, first of all, is the ability to just release a fucking statement. You don't gotta ask nobody. Here is how things are gonna be. This is who we are. No niggas in skirts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like here, you'd have to go through a vote and a proposition and da da da. But of course, you know, you want to live in, in a democracy, you know. But you gotta wonder: first of all, are there any advantages to ruling a country like that, just by decree?
Yeah, for the country, there's an advantage, not for everybody else.
So you're saying in general, it could work. Given is there even any rightful application of a dictatorship? I don't know. But let's define so the banning. So that means like what? There's a lot of Asian pop stars about to go out of work right now. That's what it looks like. Like how many of those for the government to get involved? How many of these boy bands are there that they were like, this is a national crisis?
I mean, I know there are like a lot of Korean ones.
Yeah.
And Japanese ones, so
so those niggas cannot be on TV. Like, imagine though, not being able to.
Maybe. I don't know.
Like China is probably your biggest, like those K-pop bands. Like a lot of them probably.
I'm sure they'll still make a lot of money in everywhere else.
Yeah, that's true. They'll still make money. Yeah, but China is a huge market though. Like
you're right.
China's a huge market. Like the NBA had to remember there was that whole scandal with like LeBron, like what was going on? It was when the whole Muslim thing was going on. Yeah. And the Pacer, I don't know who it was, an assistant coach or a head coach somewhere who made some comment about the communist government of China is fucking committing genocide and so on and so forth, and everybody lost it, including LeBron James. Like, nigga, why you fucking with the bag? Yeah. Why are you fucking with the bag, nigga? Shut the fuck up.
Didn't they give LeBron $1 billion?
You know what I'm saying?
Nike? Huh? Didn't Nike give LeBron $1 billion or something like that?
Something like that, dog. Yeah, China is a huge market for them. They cannot afford to lose it. China is a huge market for the NBA. You know what I mean? But you have LeBron out there up in arms about one social thing or the other. But you know what I mean? Like the moment he fucks with the back too close, it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. Why are you out here trying to tell these people what to do? They want to kill a couple wiggers, they kill a couple wiggers. Yeah. Niggas and wiggers die every day, B. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's how this shit looks now. I don't know, man. But that's intense, bro. But I don't know. What do you think? What do you think of the idea? Because so let's try to look at both sides of the argument, right? Like obviously the against part of the argument is not hard to argue. That's a terrible thing to do. But their thing is they're saying that they want to promote. Let me make sure that I quote it properly. They want to promote traditional Chinese values. Yeah. Who dictates the values? You know what I mean? So
China, I guess.
The Communist Party decides what is to be on TV. No more idol show. But that's a good way to. I don't know if it's a good decision on a political standpoint, because that's a good way to alienate this young, the young, I guess your young population. But then again, isn't there a problem in China where just a lot of these motherfuckers are just old because they're having one kid and people are not having kids anymore? Mm. You know what I mean?
I don't know about China, but I know it's like that in Japan.
In Japan, no, China because of the one-child policy, I think.
No, but they took away the one-child policy. I think it was a while back, and then they made it a 3-child policy recently.
No, they may have taken it back, but then again, its effects though was still being felt.
I guess, yeah,
you know
what
right. I mean?
Yeah.
So, but because I think there is a huge discrepancy in the amount of men and women that are in China. Actually, let me see
oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So that it's making it hard for men to get married and have, you know what I mean? Yeah. And have children. Hold on, men to women. So this is another from the Washington Post. Okay. The combination of cultural preferences, government decree, and modern medical technology in the world's 2 largest countries has created a gender imbalance on a continental scale. Men outnumber women by 70 million in China and India. That is unreal. That is unreal. There is a pussy fucking
Wow.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
So
wild.
there's a pussy deficiency in China happening right now. And I think that's where a lot of these CC dudes are coming from. They're trying to make up for the numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're trying to make up for the numbers. There's not enough women, so some of these men have to be women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you fucked yourselves over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Okay,
fucked
that's
yourselves
a lot.
over. You did this one child policy. Now you have a bunch of dudes, not enough bitches. Of course, it's nature trying to correct itself. A lot of these dudes gonna become bitches because there is a hole in the market that needs to be filled. You know what I mean? It's simple supply and demand.
Wow.
Right? Now you have to write new laws to contain that problem, which is gonna cause cause and effect.
That's a very interesting theory.
You know what I mean?
That's a very
It is
interesting
cause and effect. You
That's
have a
very
billion
compelling.
people. You know
That's
what I
very
mean?
compelling.
You have a billion people. See, like, are you saying, like, of course, like, you know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know if you're born here or you're not, you're born in Sicily or you're not, but I know these government decrees are out here, you know what I'm saying? Out here creating this problem, and nature is trying to correct itself.
Wow.
There needs to be a balance. There needs to be a balance. Of course, it's a good thing for the government to get involved before these niggas actually start growing vaginas and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when nature keeps going, then you get a whole brand new beast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe that's an alien, though.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually that evolves to what an
You
alien
know?
is.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of these problems are self-inflicted. Drake and Kanye both dropped albums.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you stand? Did you get to hear both?
Yeah, I did.
You did get to hear both?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me your breakdown of like where you stand and your cutout. You decide like, you know what, this album is it Donda or is it CLB? Where do you lean, bro?
I go Donda, and the reason why is because Drake didn't take any big leaps.
You out of your goddamn mind. First of all, let me
What did he do?
You know. Okay, so go ahead. Finish.
He
Finish
didn't
in
take
that
any. Like Kanye was the only one like that I really found was like, wow, he hasn't done this before.
First of all, that's bullshit. Okay, that sounded like
Yeah.
every Kanye fucking album.
But see, it was just like you're right. There were a lot of things he was borrowing from his other albums, but for it to be so like enmeshed like that, for a lot of parts of it to be so bare.
Okay, so
And
I'll let you go. So I will give you my little spiel on this because
That's my thing.
that's
And
your
I
thing.
just didn't like Drake. Also, like if I was to separate them, I just didn't like the Drake album
You did
at all. I just didn't like it.
Well, you know what? Drake did say that he does not make music for niggas who don't get pussy. So I understand
Sure.
wise you feel.
Okay, sure.
You know what I'm saying? I understand.
Okay.
I understand why you feel the way that
Sure.
you do.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? The nigga
Oh.
did say it, so it is a little bit
Sure.
understandable. I understand where you stand. But look, here's the thing. First of all, I think.
Come on. It isn't for everybody.
No.
You know?
Listen. First of all, the album was brilliant. Let me tell you.
It
Let
was
me
not
tell you why.
brilliant.
Let me tell you why. Okay. Let me get my point across. Okay. First of all, the level of the quality of craft that Drake has been putting on year after year after year is fucking immaculate. Because the pressure of being able to, because you're only as good as your last album. So once your last album is really good, then you set a benchmark. That benchmark has to be hit. You know what I mean? You can't give something that is worse than what you brought before. And that's what's so intense about, like, you know, being in hip hop now is that demand to constantly always be churning out great material. Because now with streaming, you know, motherfuckers can release a single and tour off that motherfucker for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop fans are like crackheads. What have you done for me today? That's it.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying? So for him to stay that relevant, that already is something that is applaudable, right?
Yeah.
The reason, like, Donda, to me, I think one of the best albums in hip hop history is Jesus. You know what I'm saying? That shit.
I disagree.
Hold on.
I think that's one of his worst albums. See, that's the thing.
Hold on, chill. But like, here's the thing, right? Donda didn't have, like, to me, okay, yes, the album is named after your mom, but like, there is nothing that really grabbed me. Okay, there's that song with
Screw his
Electronica. No, chill. But like, there was nothing that really grabbed. There was no anthem where I was like, oh my God, this shit is fucking fire. Like, yeah, there's a couple good tracks in there and it's your classic Kanye album, but I don't see myself being like having this shit on repeat. What I would applaud on Kanye though is this nigga never misses a release. He played this whole little beef with Drake. I think they were both in cahoots because this nigga tried to dox him. You doxed him. He put his address on Twitter. I'm like, we all know we might as well put up the address to the CN Tower.
That's my point.
Just do that, bro. Just do that. Like we all know where this nigga live. And you're not gonna tell me that nobody told him that it's a well-known spot.
Yeah.
But he just wanted to be a part of the conversation. Why? Because he knew the album wasn't gonna be that great. So he needed that push. Like it just got bought off the hype. I felt like Kanye's album was lacking seasoning, man. There is a vibe. There's a vibe. Like the theme of an album has to be uniform. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if this nigga wants to be secular, if he wants to be gospel. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be telling me about your bitches and your marriage problems and then bringing in God in the middle of that shit just like that. You know what I mean? You gotta pick a lane, nigga. First of all, I thought he said he was never gonna make secular music again. The fuck happened to that?
Well, I think that's what he said he was considering at a point in time. I think that was his point.
He changed his mind.
Here's my understanding of it, right? I think, I was listening to his Joe Rogan interview recently, right? And he talks about how people will judge Christians based off the worst ones and how the point of Christianity is to be Christ-like.
Oh shit. So
that was his point. So you have to try and adapt those values, as many of them as you can. But in the end, God will have to forgive you because you can only do so much. You can only be as Christ-like as.
I guess Hey, look, when you can try to flip, you can try to put all kinds of lipstick in a pig.
But I feel like there is a point to that. This nigga
told me that he was never gonna think about bitches again. That was.
I guess, but if that's his life, then I feel like it's different if in the way he's talking about.
By the way, here's the hilarious thing. So there was Kanye West's manager. I guess he gave an interview to TMZ and was like, "Oh, was it TMZ?" I can't remember. So they asked him, they're like, are Drake and Kanye still beefing? And the guy was like, well, the beef will be put to rest if Drake does not diss him on the new album. I'm like, oh, well, nigga, you might have a genie in a bottle or some shit, but I don't think that's gonna work out. You think this nigga was not gonna say nothing? You know what I mean? Like it's just that because it's a marketing ploy. You can see it coming, but they all played it very, very nicely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole thing like doxing his fucking address. Like, who? You ever tell you about the one time, the only time we ever met Drake?
I don't know. It sounds familiar,
bro. Dog. So just to like put it into perspective for you, like how important this moment was for me. Okay, so there is. I always say that there is levels to Drake fans, right? So at the bottom there is like your regular fans. They hear a song on the radio. It's a white lady in Kentucky. She knows who he is. Pretty light-skinned boy. Mm-hmm. Sometimes makes a cry in the tub, right?
Yeah.
On top of that is, like the fans, right? They'll go to a concert or two. They'll buy a couple T-shirts here and there. They'll know the songs on the radio. You know what I mean? And on top of that is the groupies. And this motherfuckers is out here, like, following him on every single fucking tour. They out here, like, you know what I'm saying, trying to get backstage, trying to maybe suck 1-2 nigga in his entourage dick to get closer to the source. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And on top of that is the apostles. Okay, there's 18 of us, and our job is to spread the gospel of our prophet. Drake Aubrey, grand peace be upon him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, understand the level of fanhood that I have for this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's almost illogical, So, a few years back, I was involved in an entanglement with this little fucking Moroccan chick. She was just fine as a ticket, but one of those socialite chicks that just gets invited to all the parties. Like, if you want to find a good party in the city, this girl definitely has an invitation to. Just one of those girls, just good vibe, fucking breathtakingly beautiful, just gets invited everywhere. You know what I mean? So this one night, her and her friend are like, yo, we're going to this party at Soto. You want to come? I'm like, nah. Like, we have been partying all week. I wasn't really feeling it. Plus, I had work on this script that I was shooting in a couple months. So I was like, nah. I'm going to lock in today. You guys go have fun, blah, blah, blah. Right? So 45 minutes later, my phone rings. She's like, yo, Drake is here. I'm like, what? She's like, yo, Drake is here. I'm like, bitch, if you're lying. She's like, nah, I'm looking at this nigga right now. Shit. Yo, when I tell you I got dressed in the elevator, you understand? Like fucking putting on my shit. You know what I mean? I'm coming from Mississauga, cruising down the highway like a madman. Halfway through, I'm like, yo, if this bitch is using this as an excuse to get me out of the house, it's fucking around like this, I'm gonna kill her when I see her.
Yeah.
I get in front of Soto, and all my concerns were taken away because right in front of the restaurant, I see this beautiful Bentley Mulsanne parked right next to the fire hydrant. You know what I mean? Like, this nigga's, the laws of parking do not apply to him. I'm like, God damn, I know that's Drake's Bentley because I've never seen anything so beautiful in my life. Bro, I get out. I walk up
Hold on. What year is this?
So this was, let me see, 2015. 2015, yeah. No, 2016.
Okay.
2016.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the music videos that came out in that era.
Yeah. No, it was 2016. 2016. So I walk up to the restaurant, and as soon as I get in front, there's just this big ass bouncer. Nigga just looks at me. He's like, "Nigga, what the fuck do you think you're going?" So I try to swing. I'm like, "Yo, listen, no, my girl's upstairs. Da 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 da. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she told me I could come through this and this and this." And this nigga's like, "You better turn around and get the fuck out of here, son, before I have to remove you from this premises. You don't see the Bentley out front, nigga." Yo, so I call my girl. I'm like, "Yo, baby, listen, I'm outside. They won't let me in, blah, blah, blah." She's like, okay. Give me a couple minutes. I'll be right there. So 25 minutes later, this bitch comes downstairs. She talks to the bouncer. The bouncer goes into his little earpiece thing, talks to somebody, and finally they allow me to get inside. So when you go into Soto, so this was, first of all, Ovio Nico's birthday, right? So they were having their little dinner amongst, like, you know what I'm saying? There's a bunch of, there's like a few people there.
Yeah.
So you walk up the stairs, I turn left, and I see him right there. And I swear to God, bro, it was like him at the bar, and there was just a swarm of bitches just holding on for dear life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've never seen anything like that. Like, picture a swarm of bees around the fucking, like, it was insane. Like, I never seen anything like that. And the funny thing is, so as I'm walking up, I turn the corner, and I see him at the bar, and he looks at me like I have a bag of shit on my head. Like, who the fuck let this nigga in here? I was wearing this big ass sombrero hat. He was trying to look cool with hipster fucking glasses. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And see, I noticed that. I'm like, oh shit, I can't really fan out. This nigga's not happy I'm here because I can read up on like those kind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when something gets uncomfortable. You know what I mean? And also you have to understand, like, this nigga has all the bitches just literally swarmed up to him, but he's like, why is that bitch not in the pile? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Who is that nigga taking that bitch off my pile? Somebody get him out of here. You know what I mean? So obviously, I don't want to fan out, whatever, but the whole night I'm just in the restaurant, just observing him at the end of the bar. I'm like, hey, if I just ran up and licked this nigga's mustache, how long would it take until these motherfuckers just tackle me down the stairs? I don't know. Yeah. That's crazy. It's funny because, like, I have a buddy of mine. He used to be an extra on Degrassi, right? And so this dude has a story how, when he was an extra on Degrassi, apparently Drake smashed this girl, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, Drake smashed my girl. So, but this nigga wears it like a badge of pride.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, me and Aubrey dabble in the same pussy, nigga. What you gotta say to that? But then, to me, whenever he tells me, I'm like, yo, listen, my nigga, nah, palm the brakes, nigga. That's not Drake that took your bitch. That was Wheelchair Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Wheelchair Jimmy took your bitch. That was the nigga with the big fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. The big fucking caterpillar eyebrows. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No. That's who took your bitch. You know what I'm saying? That nigga had a fucked up hairline. That nigga, no, Wheelchair Jimmy would never take my bitch. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. Drake can confiscate my bitch, but not Wheelchair Jimmy. No, sir, not thank you. No. That nigga still had a Presto card when he took your bitch. The fuck are you telling me that for, nigga? You a cuck. That's what you are. You were a cuck to Wheelchair Jimmy. That's crazy. First of all, your bitch was out here donating pussy to Wheelchair Jimmy. That's crazy.
Donating.
That's crazy.
Okay, donating is too far.
That is wild, nigga. Nah. All right. What else we got going on here? Is Jake Paul now the biggest name in boxing?
Yeah, obviously. Obviously. Other than Floyd Mayweather, I guess. But I mean, as a personality, I guess Floyd Mayweather. I don't know if he's coming back to fight again.
Who, Floyd?
Yeah.
No, I mean, why? The nigga has all the money in the world.
So
like,
I'm saying like for a fight, I think Jake Paul can make the most money.
no,
I
right
think we
now,
could agree.
so, in terms of pay, sorry, go ahead.
By that metric, he's the biggest name. Anybody else or any other metric, I don't know enough. That's it.
No, I mean, as far as paydays go, for sure, as a professional boxer or as, or as an amateur boxer, YouTube boxer, whatever the fuck you want to call him, he's the biggest payday. Anybody who fights him is guaranteed the biggest check of their life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, most people, I guess.
No, yeah, anybody who because look, people are talking about because what is the biggest thing that they
well, actually, yeah, you're right. I was gonna say like a huge fight, like I don't know if he gets
like Canelo, like Conor.
I'm saying if he was to get him, because I know he wants to, then that would be the biggest check of Jake Paul's life.
If Conor McGregor, let me tell you something. If Conor McGregor fought Jake Paul right now, that would be the biggest check of his career, bigger than even like Floyd.
Conor?
Yeah, that would for sure. The amount of pay-per-view that will be sold will be insane because this guy built his brand off of being hated, which is fucking genius. Because so many people want to see him fail. Like a lot of people thought Tyron Woodley was gonna do it, man. Did you watch that fight, by the way?
With Jake.
Jake and Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it, but I saw the highlights.
Yeah. Like it's people thought he was gonna kill him, but he outboxed him. Tyron was not. And the one thing, man, like I watch, like to me, I really would love watching those Showtime All Access.
Yeah.
Like those things, you always because to me, the way I decide if I'm gonna watch a fight, I want to see if the two fighters really hate each other.
Yeah.
I don't like these respectful motherfuckers giving each other compliments. He's a very strong fighter, and we're gonna get in there because the best man will come out. Nah, son, I want you to talk shit about that nigga's mom. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I want to see anger in your eyes. Like I want to know that you hate this nigga. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you better be no fake promo hate shit either. Where you guys are hugging each other after and shit, try to be friendly. Nah, son, keep that same energy. Yeah, I'll fuck you up in the ring. And yes, I still maintain I want to fuck your mom.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Keep
that same energy. That's crazy. So, like, Tyron Woodley and fucking Jake Paul, like, they had, like, the beef was real. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Especially after that whole, like, Ben Askren fucking fiasco where but he just got knocked the fuck out. And Askren and Tyron Woodley are really good friends. So there was already that, and these niggas was talking shit. But there is one episode of All Access that I watched. I was like, okay, oh yeah, like that. Jake has a different kind of mental, bro. He has a different kind of mental. The man sat there, right? He sat there because first of all, Tyron Woodley came in with fucking sunglasses on because he doesn't want to show the fear in his eyes. But I could tell that nigga was shaking behind his spectacles. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the whole interview, bro, Jake is just telling him how he's gonna fucking annihilate him. He opens with this big monologue, and Tyron Woodley just lets him go. And dude, he killed him. He killed him because he didn't show up. He got outboxed and outmaneuvered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
By a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
That's a terrible way to go out.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, but yeah, right now he's the biggest name in boxing. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Payday wise at least. But he needs to fight. He needs to fight a real boxer. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, let him do what he wants. If he's just trying to make money, then
yeah.
Fuck a real boxer.
No, but you know what it is though? The thing is he doesn't want to end that ride. He's gonna slowly climb that. Like he can't go from Tyron Woodley to be like, you know what? I want Canelo Alvarez in this motherfucker.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Because he knows Canelo will annihilate him, and that will put an end to, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably gonna be that last big one he's gonna do. He's gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna go in there, $200 million. Right now, he's just gonna let the hype build. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Keep training. Maybe a year from now, he's like, you know what? Let me call out Gervonta Davis something to just end the thing, because he knows Gervonta will fucking eat his food. You know what Gervonta Davis is?
I mean, I don't know, but he's a real boxer, so.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking machine
Who cares?
of man. You know what I mean?
He's a real boxer. I mean,
Dog.
anyone that.
All right, man. On that note, I guess we'll close it up out here, buddy.
Sure.
Where can they find you?
At MOSUH_ is my Instagram. I'm gonna be taking a few weeks off for now, just to build up content. So just follow for now, and then I'll be coming back soon with a lot of stuff.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm Robbie Hollywood, RobyHollywOod, on all platforms, of course. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, share it, and until then, stay black.